Hello, aspiring chemists. Welcome to a fascinating journey into the world of aldehydes and ketones. Today, we are diving deep into oxidation, a fundamental reaction that dictates how these carbonyl compounds transform. We'll explore everything from basic definitions to advanced mechanisms and industrial applications. Get ready to embark on a four-level learning adventure designed to build your knowledge step by step, all the way to the advanced level. Let's start with the basics. What exactly is oxidation when we talk about organic molecules like aldehydes and ketones? In organic chemistry, oxidation is essentially about changing the number of bonds to oxygen or hydrogen. Think of it as gaining oxygen atoms, losing hydrogen atoms, or increasing bonds to more electronegative elements. For our aldehydes and ketones, this means they often transform into carboxylic acids, or in some cases, break apart into smaller molecules. The crucial distinction here is that aldehydes, with their unique hydrogen on the carbonyl carbon, are much easier to oxidize than ketones, which lack this specific hydrogen. This difference in reactivity is key. Aldehydes, which are represented as ARCHO, can be easily oxidized to carboxylic acids, ARCO, even by mild agents. Imagine a simple aldehyde gaining an oxygen atom. Ketones, on the other hand, are ARCOR. They don't have that easily oxidizable hydrogen, making them resistant to mild oxidation. To oxidize a ketone, you usually need much stronger conditions, which often results in the carbon-carbon bonds breaking. We'll look at specific examples of these mild agents for aldehydes, like Tollens and Fehling's reagents, very soon. Time to test your understanding of the easy concepts. Here are 3 practice questions. Pause the video, try to answer them, and then check your solutions. These will help solidify your foundational knowledge of aldehyde and ketone oxidation. Great job with the basics. Now, let's elevate our understanding and delve into the medium level, exploring specific reagents and their unique behaviors. At this level, we'll get more specific about the reagents used for oxidizing aldehydes. Tollens reagent, for example, is famous for its silver mirror test. It's super selective, oxidizing only aldehydes to carboxylates, leaving other functional groups like double bonds untouched. Similarly, Fehling's and Benedict's solutions, with their distinctive red copper oxide precipitate, are also aldehyde-specific. But beware, strong oxidizers like KMNO4 or K2Cr2O7 will also oxidize aldehydes, but they're less selective and might react with other parts of your molecule. Now for ketones, as we discussed, they're tough nuts to crack under mild conditions. You need strong, hot oxidizers like concentrated KMNO4 or HNO3. When you hit them with such force, the carbon-carbon bonds adjacent to the carbonyl group break. This is where Popoff's rule comes in. For unsymmetrical ketones, the cleavage preferentially occurs to keep the smaller alkyl group attached to the carbonyl carbon, leading to a mix of carboxylic acids. It's about forming the most stable intermediates. But ketones aren't entirely immune to useful transformations. Enter the Baeyer-Villiger oxidation. This is a unique reaction where a ketone, or a cyclic ketone, is transformed into an ester or a lactone, respectively, by inserting an oxygen atom. This magical insertion happens thanks to peroxy acids like MCPBA. The key here is migratory aptitude. Different groups have different tendencies to move. Generally, bulkier and more electron-rich groups migrate more readily. This reaction is a powerful tool in organic synthesis. You've covered some crucial ground on specific reagents and ketone oxidation. Now, challenge yourself with these 5 practice questions. They will test your ability to recall reagents, predict products, and understand the distinctions between aldehydes and ketones. Ready to go deeper? Let's move to the hard level, where we'll unravel reaction mechanisms and explore more complex applications. Understanding the how is crucial. For Tollens and Fehling's tests, the aldehyde is oxidized to a carboxylate. The silver, I, or copper, 2, ions are reduced, forming metallic silver or copper, I, oxide. The mechanism involves nucleophilic attack and subsequent hydride transfer. When it comes to chromium reagents, PCC and PDC are mild heroes, selectively oxidizing alcohols to aldehydes and ketones without overoxidation. But for aldehydes, a strong reagent like Jones reagent will quickly push them to carboxylic acids. Permanganate, KMnO4, is a versatile but powerful oxidant. Cold, dilute KMnO4, Bayer's reagent, is famous for alkene oxidation, but it can also oxidize aldehydes. Hot, concentrated KMnO4 is a brute force reagent. It'll oxidize aldehydes to carboxylic acids and brutally cleave ketones, following Popoff's rule, to yield smaller carboxylic acids. Then there's Baeyer-Villiger oxidation again. Here, the migratory aptitude is key. The group that migrates to the inserted oxygen depends on its stability and electronic nature. This regioselectivity allows us to predict the product, like acetophenone yielding phenyl acetate. These oxidation reactions are not just theoretical, they are powerful tools in synthetic chemistry. They are primary methods for synthesizing carboxylic acids from aldehydes, a fundamental transformation. Moreover, Baeyer-Villiger oxidation is indispensable for creating lactones from cyclic ketones. Lactones are vital building blocks in natural product synthesis and polymer chemistry, like in the production of caprolactone for nylon 6. Understanding these applications bridges theory with real-world impact. You've tackled some intricate mechanisms and applications. Now, test your analytical skills with these 7 challenging practice questions. They cover mechanisms, regioselectivity, and synthetic transformations. Good luck! Alright, Future G Advanced Toppers. Brace yourselves for the hardest level. Here, we'll explore the cutting edge, delve into advanced mechanisms, and connect oxidation to broader scientific and industrial contexts. Let's revisit Baeyer-Villiger oxidation with a deeper lens. The migration step is typically concerted, meaning it happens in one go, which is why the stereochemistry of the migrating group is retained. Factors like electronic effects, steric hindrance, and even stereoelectronic effects, especially in cyclic systems, precisely dictate which group migrates and how. This level of detail is crucial for predicting outcomes in complex molecules. And when it comes to ketone cleavage, beyond Popoff's rule, we consider enolization pathways. Strong oxidants often react with the more stable enol, leading to specific cleavage patterns depending on the ketone's structure and reaction conditions. For aldehydes, achieving selective oxidation without touching other sensitive groups is an art. Reagents like silver, I, oxide, Ag2O, are gems in this regard, oxidizing aldehydes to carboxylic acids under mild, neutral conditions. In industrial settings, these reactions are scaled up significantly. Take adipic acid, a key component for nylon 6,6. Its production often involves the catalytic oxidation of cyclohexanone, showcasing how these principles are applied to create everyday materials. Catalyst design plays a pivotal role in making these industrial processes efficient and environmentally friendly. The stereochemical implications of oxidation are profound. If a chiral group migrates in a Baeyer-Villiger reaction, its configuration is preserved, a testament to the concerted nature of the process. This retention of stereochemistry is vital for synthesizing complex natural products with specific spatial arrangements. Furthermore, if a new chiral center is formed, chemists employ chiral auxiliaries or catalysts to achieve enantioselective oxidation, producing only one specific enantiomer. This is a highly advanced area, pushing the boundaries of synthetic control. From a retrosynthetic perspective, oxidation reactions are indispensable. If you're designing a complex molecule, a carboxylic acid might be disconnected to an aldehyde or alcohol, knowing you can achieve that transformation via oxidation. Similarly, an ester could be traced back to a ketone through a Bayer-Villiger step. This backward thinking, coupled with a deep understanding of reagent selectivity and mechanism, allows chemists to plan intricate synthetic routes. It's about seeing the puzzle pieces and knowing exactly how to put them together or take them apart, using oxidation as a powerful tool in your chemical toolkit. You've navigated the most challenging concepts in oxidation. Now, here are the first 5 out of 10 competitive level questions. These demand deep understanding, multi-step analysis, and critical thinking. Take your time, apply all you've learned, and strive for precision. And here are the remaining 5 questions to truly test your mastery. These questions are designed to push your limits, covering advanced mechanisms, stereochemistry, and complex synthetic scenarios. Conquer these, and you'll be well prepared for any oxidation challenge in G Advanced. Congratulations on completing this in-depth exploration of oxidation of aldehydes and ketones. From basic definitions to advanced mechanisms and industrial applications, you've covered a vast and crucial topic. To continue your learning journey and access more such comprehensive content for G Advanced, visit synapse.omaps.in. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for regular updates and new lessons. Keep exploring, keep learning, and keep excelling.